All right, I am very curious to see this video. This is Warzone Final Fights back by InkTV, InkTV/InkSlasher, noted ass content creator. Genuinely, actually, somebody that I watch off stream. So definitely go subscribe and show some love. This video will be the top link in the description. Please go watch the original video and support it. But without further ado, I'm very curious because I'm guessing Call of Duty put something out about Warzone because Warzone right now looks cooked for next year. Like, it's over. It's a wrap. There's no way it can compete. So let's see. Here we go. Let's see.
If you ever were wondering whether competition was good or not when it comes to video games, look no further than what happened yesterday. So this already started with Battlefield. So as far as Battlefield goes, we got this news as of yesterday. Now this news states from Modern Warzone, which by the way, he has reported everything on this like completely correctly, being the first one to leak this. I questioned him, everyone questioned him, but he was right. But what we found out yesterday is that the free-to-play Battlefield 6 Battle Royale is officially named Battlefield RedSec, which, just being completely honest, like, what is that name? That's a very,
what does that mean?
Very odd name. Now, we also find out that it's releasing October 20th. I
was trying to pause. Even though that's a weird name, I gotta say, it's kind of gas, though. It's kind of got aura. It's a weird name, yeah, but it's kind of got aura. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Like, what is that name? That's a very, very, very odd name. Now, we also find out that it's releasing October 28th, as previously reported. However, it looks like there won't be any trailers or official announcements until the 28th itself, instead of a day before. It is a full-on shadow drop. In other words, trailer comes out, game drops. Now, this is big. This is like the next big battle royale. We haven't really got a new battle royale if you could count Splitgate. Now, some people are upset about this. They think it's going to take away from the development of Battlefield 6. Others are hyped for it. I think all in all, the sentiment is pretty good. But what we have seen as of lately, and I've made some videos on this, is people from the Warzone community.
I completely forgot this Splitgate existed. That's crazy, bro. I can't. That flop really hurt me. So that game was really cool.
He's saying, hey, nothing's going on with Warzone. I'm going to take a step back. We saw what happened at Call of Duty Next. There was no new content. I think we're done with what is going on here.
Yeah.
Well,
so that was sort of where we left off with Warzone. Is cooked. Is GG. There's absolutely no way it can compete with Battlefield's Battle Royale. I think we're about to find out, but we saw with multiplayer, they pulled a bunch of shit out of their ass to compete with Battlefield's multiplayer. So we'll see. Let's see.
Call of Duty said no. Call of Duty said we have a plan, and they put it out as of yesterday. Now, there's a couple interesting things when it comes to this. This came via a community update. It came from a community update on Twitter, the exact same way Battlefield has been doing their community updates via these like kind of twit longer community post.
That's hilarious
things. And I mean, it makes sense.
Bro, this is so good for consumers. Like, we are eating so good this year, bro. Holy shit.
This platform for what they're doing, discussing things with people being able to put comments on the post. It works really, really well. But I wanted to go over this because this is Warzone's response. This is them fighting back to what is going on here. And we don't know how good the Battlefield Battle Royale is going to be until, well, 3 days from now. We'll know then. And of course, I'll bring you guys some information, reviews, just everything when that's coming out. This week's going to be insane with Arc Raiders, Battlefield Battle Royale, Season 1 of Battlefield 6. And then we start to move into like the news. I think the news is going to be pretty light for Black Ops 7 this week because of those things. But here's what
we really haven't. I searched up Black Ops 7 before this, see if there was any new videos to watch on it, and like nothing came up. It's all like 1 month ago, 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago. So it's like, yeah, because Battlefield is really taking up a lot of the shit. Very interesting what's going on in the FPS or the shooter space right now. It's very interesting.
With all the exciting Black Ops 7
and
updates
very good
coming
for us.
out of Treyarch, these last few weeks, we wanted to take a moment to share some updates of our own Call of Duty Warzone as we draw closer to Season 1. Our focus for the year ahead boils down to 3 pillars: Battle Royale, Resurgence, and the future of the game. That right there is the one that I am the most interested in. Also, before I go any further, I added music buttons onto my stream deck so I can have music in the background when we don't have like a video going on in the background or anything like that. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you hate it. I'm curious what you guys have to say about it. Anyway, let's go back to here. So Battle Royale. Battle Royale is the foundation upon which we've built every new mode, feature, and memorable moment. And while we continue to innovate across the entire game, we feel it's important that Battle Royale remains a cornerstone of what we do. That's why we're expanding Battle Royale to include and support for multiple large maps via map rotation. While it wasn't previously realistic for us to host multiple large map, we've since taken the steps necessary to support it. This won't be a launch feature with Black Ops 7, but it's a key addition slated for early next year.
Weird.
Back in the spring, with the re-release of Verdansk, we announced that we'd approach change more deliberately to preserve the original launch experience. We still stand by that, but we are going to increase how often we release updates and refine the way we surface new features to you. The goal is to balance, keep things moving without forgetting about seasonal support and quality of life improvements.
Wow. That's a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot to say. What's up? I have I have no R. I don't know. Reg is what I'm gonna say. How are you? That's a lot for them to say, but if they can do that, that's huge. And also, once again, thank you, Battlefield 6. I love you, Battlefield 6. Thank you.
Okay, I want to just state this really plain, really simple. Part of that is good. Part of it is good. Not all of it. Part of it. So what they state there is that they will be doing map rotation. Now, here's the problem with map rotation. You don't get to pick what map you play. Map rotation is for 30 minutes, we have Verdansk. For 30 minutes, we have Urzikstan. For 30 minutes, we have Al Mazrah. And it switches every 30.
Bro, just put Al Mazrah back in the game and kill every other map. If they bring Al Mazrah back, I'm so curious to see if it holds up like I think it will. I think Al Mazrah was the best Warzone Battle Royale map, and it's not even fucking close. I think that the only reason, obviously, why people didn't like it was because it was in MW2's engine with its horrible movement and dog shit gameplay and dog shit whatever. Everything else about it sucked. But to be honest, really think about that. That Warzone sucked massive dick and balls. Like, it was just so unbelievably bad. And yet, I still kind of liked playing on Al Mazrah. Even with all that, I still kind of like playing. I was able to like enjoy it. I think that should go to show you just how unbelievably good that map was. And I think if it comes back, which I pray it does now hearing this, that it does, that people will see that it holds up, because I really think it does.
Minutes.
Really
in other words,
think it
if
does.
you don't want to play one of those maps, you have to wait 30 minutes. I don't like that. I think it's kind of a silly feature. I don't think it works completely. I hope they refine how that is. The other thing is more consistent updates. Big W. This should have been something that when they released Verdansk, there should have been an update, a new location.
Bro, they fumbled Verdansk so bad.
An Easter egg, a something added to that map every single week. They state basically this, they blame the seasonal system for removing that way of doing that, because they say we waited for the seasonal bullshit. Like just literally bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. That is complete bullshit. Like, just drop the update. That's a stupid excuse.
It's not how this works. Now, so Resurgence. We've heard you loud and clear. Rebirth Island and the broader Resurgence experience have started to feel a bit stale. So to start, we're delivering a full refresh to Rebirth Island in Season 2, which includes new POI updates, a cosmetic pass, and several other upgrades to improve flow. How many times have we had this? Like seriously, how many times have we had upgrades to research. This should be happening. What they're talking about here, new POI and a cosmetic pass, at least every season.
Yeah.
Maybe new POIs every 2-3 weeks. But the cosmetic pass, I'm fine with that, like every season or two. Like, if you want to keep a map fresh, it needs to be constant. Now, they're not done there. The launch of the new...
Yeah, they need to do what Fortnite does with how frequent they have their updates. That's what they need
Haven's
to do.
Hollow map in Season 1 will be another step in spicing up Resurgence. These past month, we have made changes based on feedback received during early previews of Haven's Hollow. The newest version of the map has already received lots of positive reactions during Call of Duty Next and in our internal testing, setting the stage for what we hope becomes a standout addition to the game. They don't know until the general public gets their hand on this.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the map. I'm not big on Warzone anymore, but playing it, I liked it. It had a different...
looks cool. That doesn't mean that it'll play well, but it does look cool.
Feel than a map like Rebirth. It had a different feel than Fortune's Keep, which we will get to in a second. As always, we look forward to hearing your feedback on the map as it launches. Shortly after launch, we'll be bringing back map rotation to Resurgence, which will swap between Rebirth Island and Haven's Hollow. We are also exploring opportunities to bring past maps in future seasons. An improved version of Fortune's Keep is underway as we speak. Our goal is to ensure each map has room to shine without sidelining the ones that you love the most. That makes sense. What needs to actually be done there is updates to the maps frequently. Not putting in rotations. That's silly. Putting in updates to the maps so that they feel different enough. Look at Fortnite. Fortnite is essentially had the same map the entire time. However, every 3 weeks, I don't know exactly how often it is, but frequently they change like half the map. They take out sections of it, put in new sections. It's like a puzzle.
I literally just said that they need to do what Fortnite does.
They snap those pieces out, put two new pieces in. So maybe those 2 old pieces will come back and they'll have 2 other pieces in other sections. It just works better. Now, looking forward, this is the most important part. Looking ahead, moving forward, we're hard at work exploring what the future of Warzone looks like. This means making significant, meaningful improvements, on multiple fronts. In the coming weeks, we will be sharing a deep dive on how we intend to deliver a higher frequency of updates with large...
All that this is saying to me so far is that they were totally just going to phone in Warzone this year, and this is like a last-second thing, like, oh shit, we got to wake up! That's what this feels like to me. Right? Black Ops 7's multiplayer felt like it already was in, like, had a good core experience planned out. It just was like the skill-based matchmaking and the other things that last second they decided, oh shit, we got to pull some shit out of our ass, right? But Warzone just seemed like they literally were just going to throw it away. Just phone it in, like, whatever. And then they were like, oh, fuck, we got to actually do something. But they didn't plan on... My brother wasn't wall jumping. There wasn't wall jumping in Warzone. Why? It's in Black Ops 7. Do you know how perfect that would be for a Battle Royale? Do you know how unbelievably perfect that would be for Warzone? Wall jumping? It would be perfect. Like, what the like, what are they doing? That's what... Like, what are they doing, bro?
Your emphasis on balance changes, so that's meta.
It would fit better in Warzone than it would in the multiplayer.
Changes. No less than twice per season. Okay. So beginning of season, mid-season. Our approach to weaponry and attachment balance is fundamentally shifting, which the reason why it is because it's no longer linked with the current Call of Duty game. This should be its own app. I wish what this announcement was saying is Warzone is going to be its own app, but they're not doing that. Anyway.
It should be, I agree.
Which means redefining roles at launch following by multiple balance passes per season with adjustments to entirely unique to Warzone. Regular updates will extend beyond weapons to include a shift in ground loot, perks, equipment, contracts, and much more throughout the year. What about the map? What about changing locations? Next month, we'll be sharing our seasonal roadmap followed by next month. Okay. In other words, before the launch. Black Ops 7, followed by a playlist blog. Limited time modes will be designed to give our teams a fast and flexible yet controlled way to play around with new ideas. A testing ground for experimental features such as wall jumps and grappling hook. Cool. That's good.
Yeah, add those. Why would you not? I mean, wall jumps just be in the game already. Like that's I just went over it, but that's retarded. It's not.
W right there. I completely agree. They should be testing those things, bringing them in LTMs, and then if they work really well, bringing them to games. They said they were going to do this years ago. They're like, oh yeah. We'll test things in LTMs, and then if they're good, we'll. That didn't happen.
The reality is, like, that's why we have to take this announcement too with a grain of salt. Actually, with like a bucket of salt, because they always do this shit, right? With Black Ops 7, the beta, they pretty much proved it by removing SBM map, or, lowering it to a significant extent. And all the shit that they changed in the beta already showed, like, that game that I played in the beta is already amazing. So I already know, like, unless they somehow, like, go backwards, which they could do, for sure. They have done that in the past, right? But with Warzone, this is all just talk. You guys have really fucked things up, like, repeatedly. How are we supposed to trust you?
It didn't happen. So I don't really trust it to happen here, but they're saying it's going to happen. I think that's great. You'll see the return of several favorites throughout the year, such as buybacks, which will appear as part of our new weekend-only playlist. Great. This is what Halo used to do back in the day with, like, Griffball. I'm very glad that they're doing that. It makes sense. Gives you a reason to play on the weekend, alongside brand new modes such as one that fast tracks you to your loadout. Okay, cool. In season 2, we'll be leaning even harder into content our competitive community loves most. Expect more ranked play camos than ever before. We know how important a good private match tool is. We also know it deserves more attention. On that note, we have to plan to mold it into what you need to compete at your best over the coming year and beyond. So when season 1 drops, you'll have the ability to remove players directly from private match menu before a match begins. I mean, makes sense. And finally, we couldn't be more excited on the arrival of the new Blackout experience on Avalon during season 2. Okay, I've seen a lot of people say season 2. It's probably season 2 reloaded, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, let's be really clear there. The success of post-launch modes like Resurgence have proven the value of taking bold but intentional risks, and we believe that this will embody that exact experience. Our team is incredibly excited, and there is much more to come. Stay tuned for an upcoming Warzone intel drop with much more detail. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So, what does this mean? So, let's throw the music back on, let's drop the beat, and let's talk here.
Drop the beat.
Season 2 reloaded, most likely. Let's not get our hopes up. Probably not the beginning of season 2. Season 2 reloaded, we get Blackout. The beginning of the year, which will be before season 2, probably season 1 reloaded, we're going to get map rotations for big map. So I'm guessing Urzikstan, if they throw El Mazrah in there, that's pretty cool. Or they're going to wait till season 2 and add Avalon as a large map rotation in regular Battle Royale. That is possible. That would be pretty cool. But if they do that, they should add Avalon first as its own map and then put it into rotation, because then everyone's just going to be waiting for that. I don't know. I'm not big on map rotation. Here's the thing, though. They didn't mention the 2 most important things, and I'm going to go tweet this after. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, go do it. You're missing like a big part
follow
of the community.
Follow him on Twitter.
But they missed the 2 most important things. They didn't mention anything about anti-cheat implementing what Black Ops 7 has done. I'm sure they'll talk about that soon. And they didn't talk about SBMM. I know
I forgot about that. Yeah, they really need, if they don't address that, it's GG, right? Like that's,
casuals. But I think just at least being like, hey, we're going to leave skill-based matchmaking the way that it is. That's why we have casuals. Or saying we're going to reduce the skill-based matchmaking following suit with what Black Ops 7 is doing would be.
Yeah, but if they leave the matchmaking the way that it is, then nobody's going to play it. Like, you effectively killed them. I don't think they understand the Pandora's box that they just opened by giving us that open playlist in the beta. You can no longer close it. There is no going back. If you go back, everybody's leaving. I've already said, if they put SBMM back in the game, I'm swapping to Fortnite. I'm out. Like you, I can't. I'm not playing it if you fuck it over. Like there was it. That's it. That's it. I don't need to say anymore. If you, I've already said this. If they put SBMM back in the game, oh, you know, like the SBMM they had before, right? I'm out. I can't play that. I can't do that again. I can't go through that again. It was torture for like 6 years, bro.
Incredibly important. Now, is this enough? Is this good? It's good. It's not enough.
No.
And quite frankly, specifically with Warzone, I now believe when Black Ops 7 comes out and says, hey, we're doing this, we're implementing this change, they freaking do it. They do it within days. They do it within minutes, hours, sometimes.
They did do that in the beta, yeah.
So that's good. But with Warzone, we've heard all of this before.
Yeah.
We've heard, oh, we're redoing Rebirth Island. We've heard we're bringing back Fortune's Keep. We've heard, oh, we have a new Resurgence map. You're going to love it. Area 99. How did that go? We've heard we're bringing in more large maps. The only thing that actually brings some interest to me is Blackout, but they say more frequent updates. I will say this, and I will say this alone. Hopefully Raven or someone at Call of Duty is listening to this. I'm even going to stop the music for this. What we need and what you need to listen to is there needs to be more map updates. So it doesn't like just to be clear, when you don't do that and when there's no meta shifts, it feels like you're playing the same game the entire year.
Yeah.
And
bro, that's what happened with Black Ops 6's multiplayer too. The Jackal and the Amez were literally the meta throughout the entire year with the multiplayer. Like that's boring, you know?
There was a point where we had Intel coming out. There was a point where we had all of these things.
And the metas for Warzone really haven't shifted
and
like that
let's
much.
be clear. Like let's take a look at the wider picture here. We had Intel every 2 weeks, so we could go around the map and find new things, which added new story to it. We had Easter eggs dropping. We had this world building that was Verdansk, and then you just kind of stopped doing that. Stopped building a story. Took out playing a new experience, and it just got boring.
Yeah,
you didn't care what was going on in the world anymore. That's what you need to focus on. You need to work on that overall gameplay experience. Yeah. Absolutely. You need to make it feel good. You need to make the movements and gunfights and everything feel good and servers feel better. But you also need to make this.
Yeah, that's something they still haven't announced. Like they really got to do something about the servers.
World. You're making a sandbox for people to play in, and if that sandbox is boring, no one cares. And I don't think map rotation fixed that. What fixes that is updates.
Bro, Call of Duty on 128 tick, which I doubt that's what they probably go for like 64 or something, right? Would feel unbelievable. Like, think about how good that chat. Seriously, think about how good Call of Duty at 128 tick would feel. Oh my god! Like, I could just feel it in my soul. You know what I mean?
The map.
I can literally picture it. It feels good. Like I picture how good it would feel.
I don't think so.
No.
Once every 3 weeks, maybe you might be onto something. But I think it doesn't have to be a full-on map update every single time. I think if you do big map update 1 week, Intel placed around the map that you can find on week 2, week 3 weapons update, week 4 new map update, week 5 Intel drop or Easter egg or however you want to do it. You do like one of those things a week. That keeps things fresh.
Yeah.
That would keep me playing. That would keep me coming back to see what's new, what's changing. But you haven't done that, and I don't trust that you will.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
That's facts. No, he's right. You haven't done that, and I don't trust that you will. That is a perfect way of putting it.
They're fighting back, and this is why competition is good. That's where we exactly started with this thing. So, I mean, we'll see how the Battlefield Battle Royale is.
The consumers are consuming.
And then we'll see if Raven actually follows suit.
Yeah. All right, yo, W video by Ink for sure. Sure. As I said, video top link in the description. Go check it out. Massive W. Yeah.